The humming. When my nerves declare themselves just that much more bad wiring in the thin walls of my life, and now I'm an accident or a miracle waiting to happen, depending on who's making the inspection. On nights like this, too long and quiet for words, I can still hear Debbie Fuller humming at her desk, her pencil hovering above a blank map of the world in fourth grade geography. And I'm leaning over again, trying to see where she's put the Mediterranean. So much seemed to be riding on it, but it was only a test, no different from hundreds we'd faced down through the years. Yet somewhere she'd learned early how the notion of faith can be undone in quiet rooms. An old sweater that frays, unravels, comes apart in your sweaty hands. That's when we need to hear the motor running under the hood of all our best intentions. The clean, fast getaway. Some audible surge of courage to steer by. There are nights we could almost believe it's genuinely song, the only music left when the day's drained out its dew. Anything but our own anxious breathing rearranged, because out of nowhere there's a pulse along the tongue, inside the eye teeth, a beating against the roof of the mouth, and we press our lips this tightly together. The heart's that close to going out. It's the scat of worriers and dreamers, the ones without any hope they can truly put into words. Right now, it's hard to tell one from the other. This is where humming gets us every time. Until what's going to happen sooner or later actually happens, there's not another blessed thing to do. Listen, there's a lot of bucking up in the air tonight. The whole world's one concerted hum. The typewriter's humming a long time between lines. The furnace trembles and sighs, but mostly there's humming through the vents. It's never easy past midnight when the radio's humming its version of white noise where the doo-wop station faded too fast. And block after city block, amazingly, every streetlight is humming for once, holding off its calculated share of the dark. Along miles of power lines, countless words are reduced to split seconds of humming, strung out, person to person, in all directions, until those tiny bones in the inner ear of whoever may be listening are stirred, start humming mightily themselves, and someone's finally got a good connection. Something high-pitched from the stars is being recorded on sensitive machinery, some signal that might mean months or years of translation. But for now it comes through distinctly as humming. Even scientists recognize that much. And there's something in the way a planet hums its way around the sun, one huge blur of worry or wishing, locked in endless orbit around what it's drawn to, irresistibly, millions of miles deep in its galaxy. And there are nights we've known that kind of gravity, felt it that strongly in the solar plexus, or at least in the heels of our boots. Right this minute, there's a woman in a parked car humming around a man, and he's humming back, if only she could hear him, for all he's worth tonight. They're so wide awake, they can't be dreaming. And what other choice do they finally have with something humming that deep in the blood? While the car engine's humming, the defroster's humming, and now they've kicked open the glove compartment, and street maps are unfolding all over the place. There must be close to a dozen cities at their feet, but already that's yesterday's itinerary. They still have no idea, in these new latitudes of humming, where they go from here. And I bet Debbie Fuller's humming, wherever she is, like there's no tomorrow, as if she knows her life is being ransacked again for one more of its small, pure lessons. She may not realize that half a mile from where I'm still awake, the Mississippi's humming south in its long bed. But I bet she could pick out the Mississippi, still knows France when she sees it, and would never confuse St. Louis for Paris, or put either on the wrong side of whatever river. She's up another night with dreams that just won't quit. She's taking a test for us all in a subject she can barely imagine, while we crowd in tightly around her, hopelessly drawn to her humming. She's losing sleep over us years later, still trying to get any grip on the complex geography of the heart, trying to get some part of it down legibly, unmistakably, whatever we can make of it just now, before we have to let go of our pencils again and hope that miraculously, from somewhere in the back of the room, from out of the almost unearthly quiet, some anthem we never learned words to will work its accidental magic, will hum us, lift us entirely out of one more bewildering day in the world we'd have to give ourselves, were it only up to us, no small amount of credit for signing our right names to.